Hello, welcome back to part 3.
Yay!
So there's a switch.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
that is so random. What is that doing there?
yeah, the spike rotating bar.
A lot of the things inside the Deku Tree, I can just brush off my shoulder. This is what is that supposed to represent?
Why are there like bars under there? It looks like a sewer.
Maybe it's architectural work. He had some interior designers.
Oh,
You see what I did there?
yes, I see what you did there. Very regretfully. For Christ's sake.
Stand next to this block and grab hold of it.
If you stand next to the block and press A while pressing Control Stick towards the block.
Emphasis on the block.
God!
I get it. I get what she's trying to do, but it's not necessary.
It is the equivalent of just like taking the controller out of your hands every 15 seconds and saying, "Look, this is how you do it."
Do you see this shiny red button? Press it.
Do you see what this button does? Now I'm going to tell you what each button does. Now you've forgotten what this button does, so I'm going to tell you what it does again.
Again.
And again.
Hey.
Hey, listen. Yeah, she goes, hey, when you're near those barred doors as well. God.
These aren't going to open.
It's weird. It's like everybody says Navi is annoying, and it's like, I would like play through the game and it's like, is she really that annoying? Like 10 months later, and then I played through the game again for this, and it's like, oh wait, yeah, she is.
Yes, she is.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah. Anyway, if you look up there, you can see these little weird egg things. You can just avoid these. These are optional, but you can also snipe them with your slingshot.
Of course.
The hitboxes are kind of weird for that. I just go in and fight them because it makes things a whole lot easier, and they're not really that difficult anyway. These are just little mini gammas, I think they're called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Die.
References? No. I don't know what you're talking about. This has nothing to do with the final boss. No, of course not.
Clearly. And, yeah, this here is a very different looking wall. Especially if you, hit it with your sword, you'll notice it has a very different sound compared to most other walls, as you will see here. Yeah, make sure you remember that sound, because it basically signifies every bombable wall in the game. If you ever accidentally attack a wall and you hear that sound, you know what to do.
There you go. Good advice.
Yeah, so.
My god, a random stone passageway.
I've given up trying to question the inner workings of this tree.
The logic of it?
Yeah. There's another web, but unfortunately there's no precarious drop right above, so we're gonna have to do something a little differently.
There. And, how is he moving that?
Yeah. It's interesting, the symbol on it is different than the original releases.
How so?
The original releases, I believe, had the sickle and star, which particular religious entities were not very happy with, I believe.
Of course not.
So they changed it to that, which is the new Gerudo symbol.
Well, there you go.
So.
Let's whack it with fire.
Yes. And there are 3 hearts.
Ew. Where are you now?
We are basically in the lowest area of the tree, so come to your own conclusions what that was. Anyway, that's where that 23 is number 1 stuff comes in. You have to punish them in that exact order. I love this guy's reasoning. I am so annoyed, I'm gonna tell you how to beat the bad guy.
So let me get this straight. You punish them,
Yeah.
you forced information, and he basically pooped out a heart.
Yeah. So, there's grass and those hearts in the water nearby if you need to recover your stuff, but we don't need to.
There's fog. This is obviously very important.
This is kind of where the lighting system works.
Mm-hmm.
Oh! Now it's...
And see, this is the kind of the problem that I have. I know that Skyward Sword isn't out yet. They only had previews. The only problem that I really had with it is that even places that are supposed to be dark, they're like insanely lit, like, and they seem very squishy. I know I used that word before, but it's just, I don't know.
I'm gonna interrupt you for a second here to talk about how to defeat the boss. When she does that lunge and her eye is red, you hit her with the slingshot in the eye, and then you go up and you just repeatedly slash her. After a while, she's gonna climb up onto the ceiling here, and then she's gonna spawn more of those mini-gammas from earlier. Unless, when her eye turns red again, you hit her with the slingshot and make her drop.
Well, obviously, that's how my doctor cured my pink eye.
Yeah, indeed. So, it's not really that tricky a fight, as you can tell, but...
And that was 20 seconds.
Impressive.
A new record!
And, as with every
Something
boss
shiny.
fight, you get a heart container.
It's so shiny.
Head towards the light.
Is that a reference?
I don't know, to be honest.
It's symbolic.
You know, for some reason, the tree looks... Yeah. It reminds me of that crazy, like, emoticon face that, some guy did in a parody of Lost, where it was, like, text doing, like, this "aww" face. I'm not sure how many.
Would you like to listen more? No.
Even if you select no, he's like, "No, you will listen."
It's like, well, then why did they put that there?
For giggles.
I guess just for that person who really wants to say no to a giant talking tree.
The flame effects are pretty good.
Yes, so good I can't even see who I'm looking at.
Yeah. Evil man.
Okay, now anyone who's doing a comparison between Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess, Ganondorf's role in Ocarina of Time is so much more, like, explainable.
Basically,
like, it makes more sense.
Basically, in Twilight Princess, he was just, like,
There.
the man behind the man.
He was basically the man behind the curtain.
Yeah. Which really irritated me, because at first people were like, "There's no Ganon, it's not gonna be a good Zelda game!" Then the game comes out, and people are like, "Ganon shouldn't have been in the game, the main villain should have been Zant!"
Okay, so now basically, Great Deku Tree is telling you all about the
Big Bang.
creation. Yes, it's basically the Big Bang.
Yes.
There was 3 chicks involved. They created the planet.
Yeah. And right now, Christians everywhere are going, "God, this game is giving my children terrible ideas!"
That was Din, the goddess of fire?
Power.
Power. Well, I say flames because she's red. Here we have Naru.
Wisdom.
Nehru,
Gave the spirit of law to the world.
and obviously it created the sky.
Objection!
And then last, but certainly not least,
Theor, goddess of courage, produced all life forms who would uphold the law. So basically,
now look, see? Pollution.
she created Judge Dredd, basically. Kapow!
Yes.
So random. It's like, oh my god, we're gonna crash! Boom! Din, look out, you're gonna crash! Ah!
And this is the Triforce. If you have not known about this, do not...
The music is a remix of the title theme from Link to the Past.
Yes, it is. If you don't know what the Triforce is by now, go turn off your game and go outside.
It's interesting, because at first there used to be 2 Triforces.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's 3.
Well, that technically doesn't make any sense, if you think about it.
Yeah.
A Triforce is a shape composed of 3 triangles, hence the name Triforce.
Yes.
So, if there's 2 of them, that kind of makes it a rhombus.
Yeah.
Yes! The power of rhombus.
This angle and the lighting kind of makes it seem like the Deku Tree is very sickly.
It does, although some say it wouldn't matter, that little aura of fog around him it's like, this is adding a lot of emphasis.
Yeah, it's very ethereal. I know it's actually just a cause of the draw distance, but it does very much lend focus to the Great Deku Tree.
And Link is being a dick and just sitting there watching him die.
Come on, old man, hurry it up!
Ah!
I gotta forge myself into your will. Oh God, what have I done? I have entrusted the destiny of an entire country to one child!
In the shape of a Q. Q!
Now see here, 007, when you collect these spiritual stones, you'll be able to open the door of time.
I don't want to.
Smashing party. Pity I wasn't invited. That would actually be the weirdest crossover ever. It's like James Bond. James Bond with Ocarina of Time. It's like, early on in the game, you're James Bond Jr. Then you pull the Master Sword and you become Sean Connery's James Bond.
This is one of those scenes that also goes down in history. It's like, it's not really sad, but you watch this and you're just going, did that just happen?
Someone died in a Nintendo.
It's like, he just died right in front of you.
And that's the end of part 3. See you all in part 4.
I'll always be in your memory!